It happened again last night, everybody. Yes, so 3 nights ago, we're on the live stream after the game, and the news broke that Andrew Benetendi was traded to the Yankees, right? And we were like, oh my God, and this and that and whatever. Well, last night, during the live stream, again, the news broke. Another major chess piece on the pitching side now was traded last night. Yeah, a big chess piece off the board. So, before I get into the details, make sure you subscribe to this channel, please, so you don't miss all the other pieces that start to come off the board. We're 3 days away from the trade deadline on Tuesday. 3 days away. It's going to get crazy. And now that this guy's off the board, I think it opens up things. But, you know, some of the other pieces of information that I'm going to share with you kind of make it crazy. So, with that, Luis Castillo was traded to the Mariners. Now, let me give you the return first, okay? I'm going to pull up my sunglasses for this one. Just traded for Noelvi Marte, their number 1 prospect, shortstop. Edwin Arroyo, number 3 prospect, shortstop. Levi Stout, their number 5 prospect, the pitching prospect. And Andrew Jones, another pitching prospect, just outside the top 15, I think. But so that's 1, 3, and 5 for 1.5 years of Castillo, and another prospect too. That is a haul, an absolute ransom. So my take is I mean, kudos to the Reds. They fleeced Seattle. And my guess is Seattle is kind of really, really going for it, even though I don't see them overtaking Houston. But it looks like they're trying to secure a wild card spot. And having Luis Castillo added to Robbie Ray is a formidable 1-2 at the top of that rotation. Now, let's give you some just put it in perspective here, and at least in my opinion, that would have been Anthony Volpe, and the Reds were insistent until the very end that the Yankees part with Volpe in this trade. Until the very end. Okay? Volpe, Oswald Peraza, and Ken Waldichuk. 1, 3, and 5. Okay? And another prospect. Would you have given that for 1.5 years of Luis Castillo? I would not have. Okay? And it's pretty clear the Astros didn't do it, the Blue Jays didn't do it, the Dodgers didn't fork up that much ransom either. So, you know, I think the Yankees dodged a bullet here. But the silver lining to me is that he did not go to the Astros or the Dodgers or teams like that that could have really stuck it to the Yankees. He went to the Mariners. Now, I mean, the Mariners are going to stick it to teams too, but I'm less worried about them than I am about those teams. The Mets, you know, teams like that. So, it's a haul, yes, and it's going to make Seattle better. Yes, absolutely. But at the same time, it also set the market so insanely high for starting pitchers, it's going to make it really difficult for other teams to make acquisitions too. And the Yankees still have everybody, all their top prospects. Now that Castillo's off the board and they got Andrew Benetendi, you know, they could pivot. And they've already made Frankie Montez their number 1 target. And there's some other targets being talked about too. Pablo Lopez from the Marlins. Shane Bieber from the Guardians. And I know they mentioned Jose Quintana and Noah Syndergaard, but in my opinion, those 2 guys, or even Martin Perez, they need to be the second acquired pitcher. We cannot be only getting those guys or one of those guys. It's not enough to overtake these big teams in the playoffs of the World Series. So a big arm and another arm would be a great idea, and then pivoting to the bullpen. And again, and I don't even want to entertain a Jose Quintana trade from the Pirates unless David Bednar or Brian Reynolds is coming back with him. That's just my opinion, but like, let's be real. He's not enough. Okay? He's not enough. So, and as much as the Soto and Castillo combination would have been, you know, is appealing in mostly fantasy land, it's not happening. Now, I did hear this last night from some of the big beat writers too, that if they miss out on Frankie Montez, if the Yankees miss out on Frankie Montez or Lopez or whatnot, they're going to pivot hard to Juan Soto and just try to boost that way and then figure out a way to kind of still add pitching. Again, I said this before, Soto does not solve the pitching problem. They still need a starter, at least one. They still need a reliever, at least one. Whether you get Soto or not, you still need them. So, you know, we'll see what happens here. But that's the news right now. I wanted to get this out to you immediately. I see the Yankees making some moves over the next couple of days, and I think trade deadline day Cashman he'll make some move that we're not expecting, that we're not talking about or thinking about, and he'll do what he needs to do. But the fact they brought in Andrew Benetendi shows that they're serious about. They know what they have, and they know what they're capable of this offseason, and they're going to make the moves necessary. And they're not going to just do Benetendi and have him walk at the end of the season. That's ridiculous, especially if somehow they don't bring Aaron Judge back. They need to get enough to justify letting that man walk. They do. All right, he's got 41 home runs now. He had 2 last night. And they scored 8 runs in the 8th and beat the Royals again. So So they have to figure this stuff out, and I'm hoping that they're thinking about it because I know I'm thinking about it. But at the same time, what would you have given up Volpe, Peraza, and Waldichuk for 1.5 years at Castillo? There's no way in hell I would have. 3 years, different story. 1.5, no thank you, hard pass. That matters. That absolutely matters. And again, it's easier to spend other people's money, but let's not be ridiculous. Okay, I mean, good job. The Reds, they fleeced. What do you call it? The Seattle Mariners. So let's pivot over. And I've heard some other guys, some other names too. Even Tyler Mahle, he's become more valuable now. And the Reds are probably of the opinion they can get more for him because of what they got for Castillo. Even this kid Tarek Scruple, I think his name is. I can't pronounce his last name. Over from the Detroit Tigers, a nasty left-handed pitcher. So maybe you can try to get him in one of their relievers in a trade, whether it be Fulmer or Chafin or Gregory Soto or something like that. That'd be something to look into as well. Now, I don't know what the Yankees are going to do, but you know you're going to get whatever they do here, and any other breaking news here when it comes out. So you know what to do so you don't miss it. Today's Yankees Old Timers Day. They have an afternoon game, so we'll get the lineups in a little while out to you, and we'll be doing the recap later. But I had to get this news out to you. You let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get into this one because this is big time.